Hello everyone, I am Duke James. This is Fez in EU4 Meiou and Taxes 3.0. So, from the last video where I mentioned not recording in a while, it's been about a week since I recorded that video. So all of those videos would have been recorded on the same day, and then a week later I'm now recording this one. So it's been a little bit of time again. Kind of hectic schedule, not a whole lot of recording. Just a little background information there. Alright, so I've been looking at provinces to build irrigation, because I think that is the best bet for me, especially since I have a food deficit. So I went ahead and I selected some provinces here: Garb, that province, Titeri, Adrar and Dridger, and Karawan. Those provinces right there I'm going to build level 2 irrigation in. With 1 extra unit. Those, I think it's what, 5 provinces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. Level 2 irrigation will cost 2,776 ducats. Let's go ahead and do that. That's 4,000 ducats right there. Also, this, the game has taken pity on me for not colonizing. So we just automatically get this province, Case-Sour. It says, expansion into Case-Sour. Some of our countrymen have long ventured into the uncolonized borderland of Case-Sour. Recently, they made an organized effort to become permanently established there and properly integrate it into our country. And we shall now call it one of our provinces. So we just get this province for free, because some people moved into it. Just like Texas. So this is actually a good province. There's 76,000 peasants living here, and 81,000 nomads. No residents or burghers. But we get the core on it, and then we can turn it into a full core. And then I figure they're making 17 ducats from farmlands. There's no infrastructure, so I'll probably build farmlands in this province as well. It's weird to me, though, that these uncolonized provinces, which aren't really uncolonized because they have people living in them, but a lot of them have farmlands that are developed. So it's weird to think about. I guess they're kind of just like unincorporated and unclaimed territory with people living in it, but not nation states. But yeah, so they make 17 ducats from farmlands right now, so we'll start getting that produce. I went ahead and I started looking at some of these uncolonized provinces, mostly down here. There's one province down here, which if I go ahead and look at this map mode, which is total population, and then I come down to West Africa, there's this one province right here, Nokuye. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It has 13 developments because there are 840,000 peasants living in this province. 848,000 peasants. This gives me flashbacks to Victoria 2, just coming to West Africa and seizing millions of people. 840,000 peasants. That puts it on par with the Indian and Chinese provinces. Like, just to put that into perspective, that one province, it has 200,000 more peasants than this province in China. It has 240,000 more peasants than that province. There's really not that many provinces in the world that have more peasants than that province. That's amazing to think about. So I'm thinking that development from that province will probably be between 30 to 40 rural development from this province. I assume once it's colonized, then the development will change. So this is definitely a province that I'd rather colonize first rather than conquer. So hopefully these countries around it don't automatically get it like we got this province, and hopefully we can beat other European powers to that province and colonize it first. But this province makes 67 ducats from farmlands. Its farmlands are fully developed, 493 out of 493. It's pretty much a ready-made rural province. Except there's a lot of forests that are undeveloped, so if I get this province, then I would pour some money into forests. And there would definitely be a lot of unused labor, so you could really just pour as much money into the forests as you want. And you're not going to have problems with unemployment, or overemployment. Alright, back to the irrigation. I'm going to build level 1 irrigation there and a level 1 irrigation up here. Those would be the level 1 irrigations that I build. For 281 ducats in those two provinces. And then Tlemcen is a nice province to build farmlands as well. They make 54 ducats there, and it has a level 3 rank irrigation. So to get it up to 4 would be an additional 20% crop and fiber productivity. And then I believe the other one is this one, yeah, Tamert. This one also has a rank 3 irrigation, and they make 39 ducats. Both of those provinces are pretty much maxed on total farmland investments. So the only way to really improve production in those provinces is to boost irrigation. And both of those provinces, boosting the irrigation from 3 to 4 actually only costs 700 ducats, so relatively cheap. So let's go ahead and do that. And then one of those provinces, yeah, I think it's this one. I'm going to go ahead and throw 100 ducat investment into that province right here, this province. It has farmlands 170 out of 838, so I'll build rank 2 irrigation, and they should have a boost to peasant growth and peasant migration to this province and increased farmlands. So with all those irrigations and the investments in this additional province, we should hopefully close our food deficit, which is, right now we produce 900 food and we demand 1,121, so we have a 221 unit food deficit, which should hopefully be closing. We actually produce more salt than we consume, so that's nice. My investments into salt have, they're paying dividends. Fiber, not so great. We're negative on that. Fuel, we're negative. Raw material, we're negative. Exotic goods, we're negative, but that's to be expected. Consumer goods, we're negative. Military goods, we're negative. Naval goods, we're positive. Industrial goods, we're negative. Luxury goods, we're positive. So we can't produce basic necessities, but we do produce luxuries. Knowledge would produce more, and then commerce. There's no commerce demand. We're growing peasants about 13,000 a year. Residents are actually positive now, so that's also good. I think at one point we were negative like 2,500 residents every year, so that's moved positive, so that's good. I assume this is 33 million people right here, which I believe a little bit ago we were at 28 million, so we've boosted our population by 5 million. Alright, we're slowly getting commercialization, spreading to our capital at 0.07 per month. So if we get that, if we wait and we don't do anything, it would take more than 100 years in order for us to get commercialization in our capital. So I definitely don't want to wait. I want to either get knowledge sharing or invent commercialization. I think the only country I can get knowledge sharing from is Galicia, because they have embraced commercialization. We're allied with them. We're at plus 157 relations. I don't think they're knowledge sharing with anybody. No, and then it doesn't say that they're outside of our range, so they should be able to offer knowledge sharing to us. But I don't want to wait for that because it might not happen. So I'm going to try to invent the institution. In order to invent it, you need commerce rate greater than or equal to 8. Ours is 7. It should be pretty easy to go from 7 to 8. We could actually do it right now if we wanted to. But also, in addition to that, we need urban governance rights to not be equal to 3. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I thought it was urban governance rights. That exclamation point was at the end of rights. But yeah, since that exclamation point is next to the equal sign, someone might have mentioned this, but yeah, that means that it can't be equal to 3, which it is equal to 3 for us. So urban governance 3 is the baseline. You can go from 3 to 2 or 3 to 4. 3 has horrible effects, negative 15% urban production, negative 15% commerce production, negative 2 base consultation. So going from 3 to 2 is bureaucratize urban governance. This gives plus 25% resident property tax revenue distributed to urban. Urban what? I don't know. I guess just urban infrastructure, urban people? I don't know. I think it was cut off. That's my assumption. Because it doesn't say that it goes to the burghers. Just urban. Anyway, plus 10% urban production, plus 10% commerce production, plus 2 base consultation, negative 25% burghers power from wealth. To go this route, we would need 30 bureaucratic influence. Our influence for the bureaucrats right now is about 10. So we would need to get some bureaucratic advisors in order to get those that influence up. So we could do that or go to urban charters from 3 to 4. That would give them the same 10% urban production, 10% commerce production, plus 2 base consultation. It would enable property tax, which I'm pretty sure we can do property tax right now. So I think that's just a way to get property tax if you don't have it from other things. But then it also gives 25% autonomy from burghers and plus 50% burghers power from wealth. So that would be making the burghers stronger, whereas this one makes the burghers weaker. I prefer just to do this one, because that seems better, making the burghers weaker. But first, I'll end up doing codified merchant protections, because I have the metropolitan influence to do that right now. Our metropolitan influence is 40.69, and it is increasing. Fortunately, my ruler is 29, so I'd have to get rid of him in order to realign with somebody else, but I might just take these stability hits and switch to bureaucratic advisors. Looks like I have 2 of them that I could select. In order to do this one, I would have to have 1 stability, otherwise I would make everybody mad, and I don't want to make the nobles mad because we're already in a hole with our relations with the nobles. In terms of conquests, I really can't do much now. I don't have a whole lot of claims. I only have 3 claims on Cordoba, Valencia, and Lucena. I have a truce with Spain, or Castile, I should say, because Spain hasn't formed yet. I always call them Spain, but yeah. Castile. And Aragon is allied to France who has a lot of troops. Yeah, France has 26,000 troops. Aragon doesn't really have that many troops. I think I could defeat Aragon's navy. Nope, they have 14 galleys. Yeah, so I can't defeat Aragon on the seas. And I'm not going to be able to defeat France here. If I could defeat Aragon on the seas, I would attack Aragon and take these territories. But them having 14 galleys is probably too much for me to overcome. What idea? Yeah, they have naval ideas, so I could try to fight off my own territory, but it would be very hard to take their islands and fight not on their territory. So I'm trying to do a claim on Portugal and a claim on Mali. Then there's a whole bunch of these little guys over here. Tunis, Togorit, Kalajar. I have no claims on them, so I'm going to try to get those guys. It's compounded worse by the fact that I have only 2 diplomats. There is a nobility privilege that would give me a diplomat, but I really don't want to do it because it would be negative 35 relations between the aristocrats and the state and negative 40 noble loyalty. Our current relations with the aristocrats is negative 35, so that's causing corruption in our country. Both countrywide corruption and local corruption, so I'm going to try to get the aristocrats. I'm going to try to get that up above 0. So I'll just stick it out, rough it for now, and get those claims 2 at a time. So I'm going to end this here, and then I'll come back with a claim, hopefully. Alright, so I have that claim on Portugal now. So Portugal owns 2 provinces. They own this province and this province down in Africa. So I'm going to take those provinces. This is a colony. I'll take it and then destroy it. So I'm just trying to keep them out of Africa. Halt their spread as much as possible. So Castile has guaranteed them, so I'll swing over to Castile, I think take Toledo, defeat their army, peace them out, and then swing back to Portugal. I built a couple galleys, so I have 6 galleys, 8 lights, and 7 transports. Hopefully I can pick off Portugal's navy before England gets their navy over here. And I'm going to try to fight off my coast. The good thing is, Portugal, pretty much all of the naval powers have naval ideas, which gives +1 off owned coasts, but since England isn't going to be fighting off their own coasts down here, they won't get that, whereas if I fight here, then I'll get that against them, so that's working in my favor, and then I'll call in Galicia. Castile doesn't have a navy because they have no ports. I think I'm just going to move my troops directly for Toledo. I'll put the 2 siege guy over there. Alright, take out those troops, swing over here, they're fleeing. I also moved 2,000 troops down to Portugal's colonies, and I had my vassals siege, so they should be getting those, even if my 2,000 troops don't. Yeah, they're grabbing that. I would need access through Mali to get to that, which they don't want to give. Looks like Portugal has some ships. Oh, there's the ships. Yeah, if we can catch those ships, that'll be perfect because it's also off our owned coast. We took out a light. Alright, we destroyed those 3 ships. I have 2 transport ships drop these guys off. Yeah, it tells the 21 ships to do it. I don't know why. It would make more sense to have the other ships do it, but okay. Alright, we have a castle in Murcia now. I'll take Toledo, swing up here. Try to keep Galicia in the war. Alright, I'm just going to peace out Castile. Then I'll have those guys siege down that fort blocking. Lisbon. It looks like Portugal lost to Galicia. Perfect. Some investment. Some agriculture investment, industrial investment in Fez. A lot of investment in Algeciras, agriculture, industrial. Alright, we can get these ships now. There's Portugal's navy. I'm gonna try to fight those guys. At the very least, block them off. Try to prevent these 2 guys from joining together. Let's actually send this stack over there. These guys are just keeping reserve. Alright, our ships are pretty good in terms of strength, and we're fighting off our own coast over here, so I'll take this fight. I should not have taken that fight. We got wrecked. We still cannot defeat Portugal. Our navy's not that great still. That's what 2, 4, 6 lights gives us back to 8. 866, we lost a transport. I'm gonna have my mercs carpet siege these provinces. Alright, Lisbon, the path to Lisbon is open. I don't think I can destroy this until I actually take it. Probably does cost us money though, right? No? Okay. I suppose that's because we have no colonists. We didn't destroy any Portuguese ships. The thing is, Portugal also has... They have Western tech in terms of ships, but then they also have better ships, because I think right now is their golden age for exploration. So they have access to, I think it's nows, which are just better Western ships, which Western ships are better than our ships, I'm pretty sure. So that just makes them that much better than our ships. There's some Portuguese troops up there. I imagine Galicia is probably going to peace out soon because they're losing some of their provinces. Let's go ahead and loot Lisbon. It's 500 ducats. Let's take these guys and deal with their troops. I'm gonna try to snipe these ships. Alright, we destroyed a light ship, we lost a light ship, and we destroyed 2 transport ships. Our leader is now level-headed, morale of navies plus 1%, and morale hit when losing a ship negative 10%. Go ahead and replace that light ship that we just lost. Alright, those guys are stuck down there. Alright, ideally I'd like the colonies down here, those provinces, and Madura and the Azores, if they would give them to me. I can also have them give a province to Galicia, return a core to them for 20 dip. Let's see, where are those provinces? Actually, you know, I'm going to think of the peace deal in between parts, so I'm going to end this part here and pick it up in the next part. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Deal in between parts, so I'm going to end this part here and pick it up in the next part. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.